Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. So this is the start of our new Budget Magic Arena series. So what do I mean by budget? I know people define it differently. For me, it's if your deck comprises of all commons and uncommons. Now I'm going to make an exception for the mana base just to make sure our deck will be consistent. We're not going to get mana screwed as easily. Now, of course, if you don't have any of these rares, because these are all rares here, that's 16 rares, so you might not have those sitting around and you wanted to play a deck like this, you can make some easy substitutions. You can just play more basics. That works too, and you've got, especially with Zendikar Rising, you have a lot of options with these dual face lands, and we have, you could play like Rugged Highlands instead of Cragcrown Pathway. Just whatever works for you or whatever you have. The mana base won't make or break the deck. So that's the goal of the series here. So let's take a look at what deck we got here. So this is a Landfall Beatdown, and most of these cards are pretty much all Zendikar Rising cards because that's where Landfall's in. So the goal of this deck is to hit multiple land drops a turn, and instead of using that to ramp per se, we're going to use that to just beat down our opponents. So to do that, we have a couple beaters in the deck. We have a Coom Hellhound. He comes down early and does some damage. He kind of peters out later in the game, because if you only get one land drop, he's only a 2/3. But again, this deck is for multiple land drops, so he can still do some work. Fearless Fletchling will get bigger and get flying, so he'll attack in the air, and he retains his boost. He's one of the few ones that get counters as opposed to a temporary boost, so he can be a real threat if the opponent can't deal with it. Brushfile Elemental, he gets the haste that aggro decks love, and he also can't be blocked by a bunch of 2 power or less creatures, so it gives rogues something to deal with if they're not milling you on your turn. And the Skyclave Geopede is really good to help finish. They got Trample, they got a decent power stat already before the boost, and then with the boost it can trade with things like Lovestruck Beast or higher with multiple land drops. So how do we get these multiple land drops that boost us so well? We have a few options. First of all, we have Fabled Passage. You play the Fabled Passage itself, you get a land drop, and when you search for a basic, you get another land drop, so that's 2 landfall triggers off of 1 land. So if you're playing budget of this, Evolving Wilds is the way to go. The only difference is you don't have a chance if you have 4 more lands to come in untapped. But if you do have Fabled Passage, definitely play this. Our other one, now this is like the quote-unquote Embercleave of the deck without playing Embercleave. So Roiling Regrowth, it's sacrifice a land, search your library for up to 2 basic land cards, and put them in the battlefield tapped. Now, why don't we play Cultivate? So yes, it's the same mana cost, but there's 2 things about Roiling Regrowth that makes us want to play that over something like Cultivate. First of all, it's an instant. So if we hold this up on our opponent's turn and they swing at us with something, say we played like a Geopede, and because it doesn't have haste, it didn't swing the first turn, we can throw this down and get a good trade or even block and kill something with this. So Roiling Regrowth is really good for that. And the other thing this is good for is things like Cultivate. They only put 1 land into play. This gets you 2 lands at once. Because it's sacking land, it still gives you a +1 because it gives you 2 lands. And that's better for our deck because that gives us multiple landfall triggers. We also have the Rootgrazer. Rootgrazer helps us keep going once we've ran out of lands in our hand, and can sometimes even get us multiple land drops a turn. And the Vigilance is nice because it can still attack and activate its abilities. or block and activate its abilities, so it's very good. In terms of fixing, we have the Roiling Regrove, we have the Fabled Passage, and Reclaim the Waste is really nice because turn 1 it'll help us grab the color that we're missing because we are a 3-color aggro deck. So it really helps us in that regard, but it also has the kicker option later in the game. If we need to keep those land drops coming, it'll help us there. I only play one Skyclade pickaxe because past the first copy, if your hand's filled with Skyclade pickaxes and no creatures or anything, you're not going to have a good time. Cabrini Takedown, perfect for this deck. Gives us some removal while also giving us a land drop option when we need it. Just icing on the cake. And 2 copies of King and Jerboa. They don't attack themselves really unless they get the chance, but they'll boost our whole field and give us what we need to push for the end of the game. So, that's the deck. We got 25 lands in here, unless you count the Cabrini Takedowns, which are more. So, we'll hopefully hit all our land drops. And let's hop into some games. So right now, we're running around somewhere in gold. So, let's see how this does. I've had good success with it. It really just overwhelms people. And most people consider like those giant creatures as kind of a newbie strategy. But this one actually does it in a way that it works out. Okay, so we got green. We don't have red or white. So this is a little bit of a rough hand. I think I'll probably keep it because we can play these 3. Fabled for a red. Thinks that we can't use this to get multiple land drops, but we need the color fixing. I only kept this one because we've got so many beaters that we should just be able to overwhelm this thing. Alright. So that'll help get us what we need. So let's play the brush fire. We're not gonna block with it, so we might as well attack. This is power 2 or less, so it can't block. Alright. So they're a cleric deck, they're gonna be gaining life. Yep. So we need to make sure we can defend ourselves while we hit them. So they're gonna give us a hard time. We can't beat them down fast enough. I think we go with just another brush fire because they don't have lifelink, but we need to get in here faster than that. And I think even though they have lifelinks, we'll be able to beat them down faster. That's why this deck is just so ridiculous. And you can out-damage life gain deck. That's when you know. That's when you know. And honestly, I played a non-budget version of this deck. And sometimes you don't, the Embercleave's nice, but like, the Whirling Reaper is still usually and that's going to be a good blocker, but I don't have enough power to block this. So the clerics can block this, but they tap themselves. They can't. Alright, it stinks that they gain so much life. Do we want to go with the Hellhound? Or do we want to get... Yeah, let's play the Hellhound. Not sure what they're thinking about. They don't have any mana open. Hello? What could they possibly do? Yeah, look at all these triggers. Just by playing a land. What could they have? Yeah, I think we want the flowers start getting big here. Because I'm glad we finally drew some white, because the flyer is what we need to get by those guys. Probably block with the Hellhound. Because he's not going to do too much at this point. It's definitely nice if you could play him turn 1, but we ain't gonna red this game. That's the struggle of being a 3-color deck. You could probably play this as green-red. Oh. Yeah. Would have been nice to get our Cabrini takedown and have some interaction here. We'll need to block with something or we're dead here. Yeah, they might have been able to outpace us with all their life gain in this game. We just didn't have too many options to get multiple land drops. Our white mana came a bit too late. Oh. Oh. Is this enough? They're gonna be so mad. I mean, apparently they have some magical 0-mana spell in their hand, so maybe they can do something. And this right here is why I love this deck. It's got so much just raw power. I did not think we were going to win that. Yeah. Wow. Now that was a top deck. So even with all their life gain, all their beefy creatures, we're able to just dash people. It was being kind of slow today. Yep, thank you. I will take that. Let's hope we get a better starting hand. Our hand was kind of slow that game. Maybe I should have mulliganed it, but it worked out. Oh my gosh. Yo, my fellow Nico Bolas. No red again, besides the passage. Even if we fabled for it, we'd probably want to go into our brushfire. It's giving us some weird hands today. What do we do turn 3? Turn 3 we have to play tap land anyways, unless we draw some. Let's move this. Alright, so we got our lands. And not as many early beaters. I don't want to mulligan too much more, so let's keep 6. And I think we'll drop. We'll drop this for now. was thinking of getting rid of Reclaim the Waste, but is it right here? Grab a white. Yeah, white. It really stinks we don't have any Hellhounds or Brushfires to start out the game with. There's a Lovestruck Beast. You're not supposed to be here. You're supposed to come a little bit later. Alright. So without a land drop, that won't trigger the GOP. Does he not have a land drop? Okay. Ain't good for him, but not for us. Let's get our GOP down. Even with this slow start, our Whirling Regrowths and Trample will still be able to get in a lot of damage. Yeah, we're not trading. Thank you. He's Naya too. Some kind of Naya Adventures maybe? I don't know. Yeah, this is gonna be nuts. They're gonna probably have to block with the Lovestruck Beast. See, this is where like we can Fable with the Whirling Regrowth. I wish we had more creatures to boost with this. If we had a Hellhound and a Brushfire, we'd be able to boost multiple things this turn. This GOP, it's going to get huge. And even if they block with the Lovestruck Beast, they're not going to be able to do anything about it. Look at that, 11 power with transfer. Yeah, he's just gonna eat that. Fellow Retreat. Oh, maybe he's some kind of Landfall too. Yeah, if you have Fellow Retreat, you could play it in this deck, but it might be a bit too slow for what it's trying to do. That's Jerboa or a Root Grazer. Jerboa. We'll block the wrong one. Let's get rid of the Verge. Can't bounce the non-basics. And it's gonna get very big. Alright, he has to block it now. He has no choice. Yep. See you, buddy. Hope you didn't want that Lovestruck Beast. It's not like it's the only creature you played this whole game. So, see, that's the thing about there's a bunch of these like 4-bone enchantments, like Outlaws Mold and stuff. They're great, but they don't do anything right away. At least with Fellow Retreat, not until turn 5 when you can play land afterwards. We want green here. Yeah. They could block this here, unfortunately. But we still put out enough. I think it's worth it. We just need to get another beater soon. Because we really just have not gotten a chance to get a beater. It's on their wall. Did they got a land? They need a land or another creature. We can just both swing. Oh, what? So they're doing something similar to us too, but they're not taking it in the direction we are. Bunch of cats. Alright. Yeah, I was gonna say, if they didn't put the counters on it, a brush fire could just get through for one and take the game. Ugh, that's not what you want to see. Alright. We have time. We can return one of our lands as well. Oh, they do have brush fire. See, I don't think the Cobra and follow it up for this. Because we don't have anything to spend the mana on. If we weren't a 3-color deck, we could play a Crawling Golem or something, make use of it. I think we're just a bit short of taking him out here. I got lucky last time. Oh wait, no, they got a bunch of 6/6s. Yeah, we're kind of toast. Let's bounce one of our lands. I think we might be done here. Right. They weren't doing much like the whole game, and then they got everything they needed. So close. So close. Maybe if I didn't offer the trade with the GOP, it seemed like the thing to do at the time, for sure. Come on, what are you doing, Arena? So if anyone got any suggestions for budget decks, definitely let me know. I've got some ideas for what to do in the future. This will probably be about a once a week kind of thing. Okay. I'm a fan of this. As long as we keep the land drops coming. Oh yeah, looks like they are. It looks like they are. Yeah, this one's gonna be good. I always wonder, like, when it briefly shows you those cards, that the actual ones they shuffled it in. I want to know. Oh, okay. I was thinking they could flash in a Thieves Guild Enforcer, but because of his ability, they can't block it anyways. Now here. Yeah, this is that enchantment shenanigans deck. Alright, we could play GP, but with the brush fire for a second and get some damage. Now we just start stacking GPs. Oh gosh. The sad thing is these have such low toughness that we're gonna have trouble with even the dead weights. But they haven't got their Hateful Idol on yet, so that's good. Just straight up mono black, I guess. drop. Okay. Interesting. Looks like a green horse. Yeah, they're getting scary now. Oh no. Are you kidding me? What is this deck? What? Is it just mono stuff? Oh man. I was not expecting a massacre room there. I guess I'll play the Landfall now. Are you kidding me? I can't remember the last time we've seen that. Yo, we had like the God Man. They just took it all away. Yeah,
this battle is going to end on my terms.
All favorite mono black cards. Okay.
I really don't care about your plans.
Yeah, they gotta take something. When is it triggered? Oh, they don't have any features. Okay. Alright then. I don't think we won this. Yep. Lifelink's not gonna help our case. In your graveyard? Number of cards, not creatures. Ah. Yeah. Nah.
I grow strong. You grow weak.
Oh, lucky to lose to that nonsense of all things. I thought it was like the hateful Eidolon thing where they just play a bunch of small things and Luris, even though they didn't have Luris, but they got like a bunch of big drops there. I think if they didn't drop the Massacre Worm, if they played like some other like 5-6 drop black creature there, we would have definitely hit him with our Geopedes. They would have killed one with Murderous Rider, but they would have had a hard time. Now, let's see what it gives us this time. I've played this deck before. I've never got, like, so screwed with colors as I am now. Alright, well... the Fearless Fletchling will make it alright. Because the good thing about this guy is it's not a temporary boost for him. It's a bit slower, but it's not temporary for him. We'll play one of those. We got a lot of 1-drops, so... Food! Let's not give him enough time to eat it. Will be able to block us. We're blind. They got blue? Okay. Wasn't expecting that. Okay, sure. Whatever you say, buddy. I think I'll pop a pickaxe on the fletchling. If I reclaim the waste, I can grab a red and play the hellhound, but then I can't play the pickaxe. Yeah, let's just put the pickaxe on. Yep. And I'll drop the flames. Alright, we're here. We're here to try and out damage it. I think I need to try and go wide. Fabled will grab me red. I know it's a 3-pillar deck and this is going to happen, but I swear it doesn't happen as much as it's happened today. Getting mana screwed like this. Ah, he's gonna take off the pickaxe. So I really like mutate, where I guess the goose is just a nice one-drop to mutate onto, because it gives flying. Alright. Still probably gonna outpace him pretty well. We can go wide. Mutate really doesn't do that. And if we get enough creatures down, we need to take down just that big guy, then they'll have some real trouble. Start reusing our land drops here. Now we got a 4/4. Now, what could they... Oh, they're gonna draw cards. As long as they don't get the Starix. The Starix is... Thank God. Alright, so what's that give him? A few cards. How many now? Oh my god. At least it's not a bunch of creatures. That's what we really care about. There's not too many creatures. Okay, now the problem is we can't play fourth creature and bring take down the kill this. We need more creatures. Hellhound. Claim the waste. Grab a green. The regrowth would be good right now. Yeah. Do I might need to just sit back and block this turn with the fletchling. Oh no, I can't boost it again, can I? I can return, or I could play an extra land with this. Can't do both. Well, now I'll too, so I can do both. I'll leave him the block. Let's do that. If we draw another creature, we can take down the Starks, and then that'll probably be game over for them, unless they get enough value to start a mutate chain again. That sucks. See, the good thing about this is it doesn't completely fizzle out. You still have plenty of plays you can make, unlike a lot of aggro decks. Okay. So now they're just going to start throwing a bunch of stuff down from their top deck. They can mutate off the top of their deck too. Oh god. I thought they could just play as creature. Well, as long as they don't hit a lot of creatures, which I don't think it's possible that they... Yeah. Hey.
Will not delay Zendikar's convalescence.
No. Look, I mean, if we take down that Starks, we're good. We just need to draw a creature. Need to draw a creature and without the Stars, yeah, they'll have a bunch of creatures, but until they start mutating on them, they're not doing a whole lot. I mean, the parties have some value, but if they got all the value that they could ever get, now this revives. You guys want to see mutate? This is what mutate does. It either does this, or you know, someone hits this with Blood Chief's Thirst or something. I was gonna say Heart Attack, but that counts.
The swamps come to my aid.
They just kill your one thing. You got removal or some kind of condition.
Beauty lies in
variation. You could probably fit some more removal on this. This one was just nice because it's a land too. I suppose we could play Kazul's Fury after we get like a 11-11 GOP, just fling it at him. That'd be pretty funny. Oh yeah, there's the octopus in that stack too. Let's bring the green back, I guess. Alright. We didn't get a creature. If we got a creature, we would just have to worry about the Dirge Bat, and if we have enough blockers. But I think we're toast now. Because we can do 5 deals or something. What do you want to hit? Not the Starks, because we can't kill it. I guess we have 5 life. We gotta win this turn. Let's hit the bat. Yep. I don't think we can win, but we'll push as hard as we can. Show them what the deck can do. Now that we've swung, we can tap these. I'll put a basic down from my hand, thank you, and get another land drop. I could return one, but there's not much point. Can't play it again, especially in combat. He just has enough blockers now. The Starks, him mutating like Starks, once he got that was a tipping point. It sucked that we weren't able to take down, because we just weren't drawing the creatures we need. Yep, he's got us. Hey, good game, buddy. Mutates one of those decks. It'll just tee off, or it'll do. It'll feel like it does nothing. And I feel like it's not really the time to play that deck. But they've been playing so much removal with rogues that they're just gonna kill your thing you put all your value in. And then you'll have a bunch of value sitting around with nothing to do with it. Alright. So let's take a look at the deck, see what considerations we could make. And maybe toy with some options if you did want to invest in it. I think today it did a little worse than it usually does, but not a ton. Not a ton worse. We had a few very close games, for sure. So, the Jerboas, we didn't get them that often, but they're good when you have a lot of creatures out. Otherwise, it's just a +1/+1. It's okay, but it's not really doing what you need to do. If you wanted to play some other lands, Azul's Fury could be good. I was thinking about, because like remember the time we had that 11/9 Geopede? When you get these big creatures after you swing with them, you could just fling them. So that could definitely be a good option if you want an idea for the mana base. Now, you're probably not a fan of this after seeing what happened today, but if somehow you think you're lucky with your colors, something like Crawling Barrens, or even Castle Emberth, something to just throw your extra mana into, because we're very good at getting lands down. Sometimes we don't always have stuff to do with them, so the activated abilities of these can really help you use up all your extra mana that you have. Any lands with activated abilities, or anything else with activated abilities. Root Grazers were great, keeping us going. The Hellhounds weren't that great today. Usually how this goes is turn 1 you can pop a Hellhound, then get either of your 2s, your Fletchling, your Elemental, and then finish it up with a Geopede. That does happen a good amount of time, not always. And even if you miss the Hellhound, rolling one of these into this, and then having 2 creatures with your Roiling Regrowth, it's great. So yeah, that's the deck, guys. I do like the pathways if you have the pathways. There's one for each because the Landfall mechanic was very focused on Naya in Zendikar Rising, so I do like the pathways. They will help fix your mana a ton. You can play the life gain lands, the temples, those if you want, but you want to hit your land drops. Especially because you're going to get screwed over by colors sometimes. You want your land drops. The only other thing we can consider, some kind of removal. You could play like Scorching Dragonfire, Fire Prophecy. There's not really too much in green. Like some like Rapid Bite or something. I'm not even sure if that's still in standard. But yeah, those are the thoughts on the deck. Definitely try it out if you want. And I'll see you next week. Let me know if you have any suggestions on what you want to see, and you might just see it. Alright, see you guys.